So this move to the upside, that's the gain card. I'm taking this as an opportunity. I bought some out of the money puts I probably shouldn't have, but my out of the money options got like just annihilated by the time. You know, they're all time, and we didn't move. We didn't have a big move, so that's what happens. But come the other end of retrograde, there's going to be some big moves, so I set myself up for that. And in any case, this is really like. So yesterday I was saying there was going to be a big move to the upside, right? And instead yesterday we had this down move. Good old Mercury retrograde. So on the 26th, that's the 26th. Interesting. I mean, technically you could say 1, 2, 3. That's 3 tests against at resistance, followed by a sharp decline after that. So we were right about the sorrow card there. And then we have the unicursal. Unicursal at the beginning of the day on the 27th, right? Yesterday. And from there we had a big decline. I would have expected it overnight and then a big rally, but it ended up being during the day, and it would make sense since we were pushed forward that we would still see that rally, and that rally would be here. So with that said, this is, I mean, there's another unicursal right here, guys. So this is an opportunity right now in the midst of this push to the upside to position oneself for this big drop overnight, or it could be before overnight, because God only knows with Mercury retrograde, it seems like I'm off by the ends of days and whatnot right now. Sequence is still good, like always. There's some sort of an agreement between two leaders or a merger of some kind that comes out. There's news about it after the close. And we should have some price swinging and some volatility moving into the close here. Might have some more room to the upside based on the RSI. That's a 5-minute chart. A 10-minute chart saying the same thing. A 1-minute chart's already off of it, so we probably bump up against it again before we start to see a decline on the 1-minute chart's RSI. And that when we bump up at it again, that's when we should hit overbought on the 5-minute chart, and then we'll probably see like another bump there. The 10-minute chart will hit when there's a bump there. But the thing is that we're seeing, like, we've had some notable drops. I guess, yeah, we probably are still. It's Mercury retrograde though, so you can't count on it. Honestly, you can't count on it. And with the unicursal tomorrow, the unicursal tonight, excuse me, and this big drop decline card. This is a global decline card, guys. This universe card on the 29th. So I bought some really cheap out of the monies. I got like totally annihilated this Mercury retrograde. Like, what else is new? I will never trade during Mercury retrograde again. It's just like I was right, but not right enough. You know what I mean? Ay, ay, ay. Well, you can see, we're probably going to have some of this price swinging. There's probably a little bit more bullish move because this is the Dominion card is usually bullish price swings. And the high and the low are within close proximity to each other. That's another thing to be aware of. So there's a good chance that there's a sharp drop right at the end of the day. There's a lot of Hermit card energy here at the end of the day as well, overlapping with the 1 month reading. We had Hermit card at the beginning of the day, right? And we had a pretty notable drop before this move higher. We dropped through a support that we had recently dropped through already, right? Yesterday we had Hermit card no, we didn't have Hermit card, excuse me. So we've got the Hermit card already, and that on the 1 month overview is for the 29th. So we're now moving from like, we're blending the, on the 1 days we're kind of in like a blend between the Knight of Wands and the Hermit card on the sequence of events. And this move to the upside would be that, likely be that wealth ruin that I saw. Because when you look at it, we're really not that much higher than we were when we dropped from the unicursal yesterday. Oh, I never marked it off. I gotta mark off that price level. Hey, Hope. Really appreciate it, Hope. I feel like my accuracy's been like crap the last few days, but I find that I beat myself up a lot. Like it's important to remember that for me to remember that my accuracy is still like, I mean, it's still like 45% better than like what you'd consider a good financial analyst's, like stock analyst's accuracy. And you can see, so we're going into this little bit of like swinging. Really appreciate it, Hope. When people say stuff like that, it really means a lot to me. And I also take a screenshot and add it to my shared folder for my team. So we have a portfolio, like a shared what do you call it? An iPhoto album for my team with all of like the testimonials and comments like this that people leave. So I was looking at ADA. I'm looking to buy ADA in the month of October. It gets a little unclear here towards the end of the month. Like if there's a high or a low here, and there's quite a few stocks where it gets a little unclear if there's a high or a low here around the 28th, 29th. Same thing kind of going on here. I think we probably go from a crest to a drop and then back to a crest. But with that said, my sense is that the best opportunities for me to buy some ADA, it's probably here on the 25th. The 5th, the 13th, sorry, the 13th, 14th, I should say. The 18th and the 25th, 24th, 25th. Those all look like the best, they're going to be the best opportunities for, and the 3rd, I'm sorry. So the 3rd, the 5th, 6th, no, not the 3rd, I don't see it on the 3rd. So the 5th, 6th, 13th, 14th, somewhere between the 18th and the 21st. And then again on the 25th, 24th, 25th, those are the best opportunities that I see for purchasing ADA. It does look like there's a possible like lower price level at the 30th, but it's unclear, so it's kind of speculative for me to base my strategy on it. We also have a unicursal. So unicursal. So there's a failed attempt to break through key resistance and then a decline through key support in the following month. But on a 10-year, this is the month in the year that you want to purchase ADA. That's my sense. At least that's what it says for me. Yeah, so see, we're going into some like bullish price swing type of thing. I'd say this is a price swing, not so much, but this will be a price swing here, and some volatility. It'll go from bullish price swings into more like bearish volatility somewhere in the last, I don't know, let's say the last half hour roughly, or maybe like in the post market. Yeah, and so we've got more hermit energy tomorrow. And you can see we had hermit energy at about 1:30, so you could say there's a correlation here to hermit energy. And by hermit energy, I'm talking about the overview here. We've got the Hermit card on the 29th, so in the sequence of events after the Knight of Swords and before the attempt to establish support here on the 30th. We're right around the same price level that we were at for the unicursal on the 27th, and we have a unicursal right around the same time frame here as we are at this price level. So in other words, there's a unicursal on the 27th on the overview, right, which can be on or off a few days based on, you know, how much a card actually represents. Sometimes it's more than a day. But then we've got the unicursal here in the morning on the 27th, right? And then here at the end of the day on the 28th. And so again, let's look at that chart. Okay, let's use the other one. So beginning of the day here, right? Ugh, it's so annoying, E-Trade, my god. So unicursal, and then roughly around the same level, unicursal. I could just put, I'm just going to put UX. Or UH, sorry. So we should definitely be below these price levels very soon, and probably we fall below these price levels here, like the 370. I'm going to do it again on this chart because it usually carries over when I do it on this chart. Just give me a sec, guys. Computer's acting really slow right now. Good old retrograde. But you can see we're kind of like capping off here. That's my sense. Some swings. They go from looking bullish to looking more bearish. There'll be a sharp drop right around the close in the midst of this volatility and swinging. And then overnight it looks like we fall pretty hard. Both Knight of Wands sneak previews in the new meaning that I've been utilizing. It's for more of a like determination of where we open in relation the following day. Both Knight of Wands thus far have been up with a decline almost immediately off of being up. You can see we had an up and then a decline through, right? And then we closed right around here, and we had a up, and then we declined through, right? So we can expect a similar thing to go. Now, where we close is a different story because that unicursal, and in some cases, it's really based on what happens in the post-market and the pre-market. If you're just hopping on, guys, I was saying how this is an opportunity here. This is that gain card. Well, it was the gain card. This right here is the gain card, and now we should see bullish price swings. But those bullish price swings at some point, either before the close, at the close, or after the close, it's going to turn more into like a bearish volatility, and there'll be a sharp drop within that period of bearish volatility. So that'll stand out on a one-day chart. And then we've got the unicursal and the ruin card combined together in the post-market. That doesn't bode well. What else is pretty interesting is that we didn't have a low here like I expected to see. And there's another thing. Off of the high we have a failure, so a pretty sharp drop off of the high through multiple support levels. And the high and the low for the day are supposed to be within close proximity to each other. So there really could be a pretty sharp move here at the very, very end of the day, or in the post-market, or overnight. And that's why it's a little conflicting. Thus far, the first two of these Knight of Wands, like I said, they foretold of a move higher, an open higher in relation to the day's close, like the following day's higher, followed by a drop down through that price level. So that's kind of conflicting. Unless we see a sharp drop, it's a little confusing, and we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, I changed the meaning of the placement of that card, and by that card I mean the sneak preview card. I still call it the sneak preview card because everybody gets that, but it's more of like a relativity card now. And so this is what I see right now. These moves to the upside are really opportunity to position myself for a drop, but I position myself out far enough in case like we're off by a few days, because it seems to be pretty common thing that happens during retrograde. When I'm counting on a move during retrograde, it seems to happen a few days too late or a few days too early. But that's exactly how retrograde is. Yesterday I was looking for the information that told me how many videos I posted in the last 30 days, and I couldn't find it, but I found it. I've posted 89 videos. That's literally like, when I post more today, that'll be like more than 3 a day. It's pretty hardcore. I calculated about a third of the time in a week, or sorry, the third of the time in a month goes towards like me posting videos. And if this goes up much higher, then I'll move this unicursal line higher. For whatever reason, these dotted lines speak of a relationship to the reading ahead of it, so kind of like a retroactive. All these are like counter or nullified, but they have relationships here. And for whatever reason, I felt it necessary to mark that up here. So I'm interested to see what plays out tomorrow. This is like moving towards RSI for the second tap or close to it. Doesn't always tap it a second time, but you usually see like another like rise after it hits it on the 1 day and falls. You usually see another rise on the the 1 minute around the same time that you see it tap on the 5 minute. And a similar thing usually plays out with the 5 minute and the 10 minute chart. So that's what I've found. I'm thinking about hopping off early just because I've got so many readings to do and it's a Scorpio moon. I want to take full advantage. Does anybody have any questions that they're wanting to ask? Any stocks or anything? I should have, you know, this at the high really threw me off. But I should have taken a closer look at the cards on the timeline, because most of these are very bullish cards. Like this is very bullish, this is very bullish, this can be bullish. You combine it with a bunch of bullish cards around it, it's very bullish, bullish, bullish. You know what I mean? Like this is even considered bullish. So I should have seen that. But you can see the trade opportunities. I'm advised to be cautious. So something's coming out here, it looks like. Oh wait. My sense is something after the close with a female leader. Out of the open tomorrow, there's a bit of a decline. It marks an opportunity for what looks to be a scalp. There's a reversal there on a bottom, or on a trough, I should say. Bullish cards, bearish, bearish, and this is something to point out too. So at the end of the day, we've got the failure card, and then we have the failure card here as the high correlator, and on the following day, but it's nullified and it correlates here, obviously. So my sense is that the 30th will be a lower day than the 29th. So we'd be attempting to establish support to the downside on the 30th. And guys, if you're interested in October, you would have got October on the 21st. You would have already seen the overview for October on the 21st if you're signed up for the free mailing list on our website, tarotfortraders.com. So you'd already have taken a good look at it by now. It's free. It's a free mailing list. Everything on it's free. So there's a cessation of a trend at the end of the month, September. Huh. break out at the low on the 30th, at the day's low on the 30th. I haven't decided, but on Monday I may redo some of the readings that I did during retrograde. Depends on how they seem to be doing. But this is market-wide. What's going on here between the 10th and the 12th? What's going on between the 20th and the 26th? I see that same behavior, that same kind of clairkinetic energy, as well as high and low correlators in the same places on like multiple October 1 month readings. And like I said, I did 89 readings in the last 30 days. So the majority of those, aside from like the 20 or so S&P 500 dailies, the majority of those were October readings and 10 years, you know. So I've seen plenty of Octobers. It's very interesting to see the same. It's clairkinetics. Clairkinetics is very reliable. And that's what I found. And what's even more reliable than clairkinetics is cross-reading congruencies. And by that I mean highs and lows in the same dates for different stocks, stuff like that. Oh, look at that move, jeez. What a move. But end of the day, it appears to be higher than what we see on the following day. So we probably see like the completion of a rally here at the very, very end of the day. I'm going to move that price level up a little bit too. Oh my God, E-Trade, you're so annoying. Hey, Caroline. Yeah, please do. I appreciate it, Caroline. Trade is so annoying. Wow, I did it again. I'm trying to transfer a chart from one screen to the next, and it keeps shutting down my E-Trade. It's apparently too complicated for the program. Yeah, I mean, the sooner that this channel grows, the sooner I can stop stressing out about it continuing to be around. It takes all my time, guys, you know? I could be, like, doing a 9 to 5 if I wanted to. I don't. But I definitely would be making more money right now. That'll change shortly, though. Any stocks or tickers while this E-Trade chart loads again? Wow, I'm so annoyed by E-Trade right now. It's still loading, my God. Sorry, guys. Unresponsive programs. Okay, now it works. Great. Start using TradingView. This is really annoying. I just like the way the charts look, but they're so like bugged. It's ridiculous. At least on a Mac they are. They didn't used to be. It just seems to have gotten worse. BT. Got BT on the list. I'm gonna highlight that one. Joe, do you want to see that for October? You want to see that for a 10-year? You want to see that for 2023? What are you most interested in? You're welcome, man. Thanks for watching, dude. Yeah, you know, Robert, what I noticed is that there's a lot of technical problems on the days when retrograde affects the market the hardest. I also find that there's usually a lot of, like, I call it Mercury static, like in my experience, my reality experience. Like, that's when all the bugs happen with technology and like car accidents and things going haywire. Got it. All right, I'll take care of it for October, my man. Plug something in real quick. Sorry guys, it's gonna die. Oh, that was the wrong one. I have such ADD, I totally forgot I was live. Sorry, guys. Alright, so BTBT, highlight that. We still have Hermit energy at the end, like an early part of the day on the 30th, and we even have Knight of Wand energy still on the 29th. So it's kind of like blended the last couple of days. The Knight of Wand has blended in with the Hermit card. And you can see we had Hermit energy there. We have Hermit energy here. And then at the very end of the day, we have Hermit energy. You can see, very end of the day, a bunch of it. It didn't even occur to me. So that failure card appears 3 times in a row, not just twice. It's here at the high as well. Yeah, it looks like a pretty hard drop the next 2 days. So, I mean, last 8 minutes, I would, like, had I not already taken the opportunity around here, had I not already taken the opportunity to position myself for a downturn, I'd do it right now in the last 8 minutes if I was going to trade during retrograde. Yeah, they're always like that, Robert. They're always like that. I'm gonna do a video about Mercury retrogrades in the S&P 500, and I'll show you guys like the past, let's say, I don't know, 10 retrogrades, and you'll see what it does in the market. It's pretty obvious that it affects the market profoundly. I did BTBT for December? Is that what you're telling me, Joe? Jog my memory, please. There's that gap to fill there, which we're starting to fill, so we might really move to that before we see a drop. I don't know, hard to say, guys. There's swinging energy at the end of the day here, and it looks like we're a little bit like, this is the night of, excuse me, the I'm looking at the wrong chart. Jeez. Knight of Discs, right? Turns into a fast sudden move to the upside, and the gain card. Those two combined together, I would have expected to see more of a move. But remember, guys, off of the high, there's a significant decline through. You combine that with the unicursal and the ruin card, the advisement to buy protection in both the high and low levels. So that means that the low is going to be higher than whatever we drop to. And the high here is nullified. It's like it was a quick high that was easily missed. So I'm really feeling pretty strongly that this is it. And it's best to purchase options. In my experience, it's best to purchase options when the market is moving in the opposite direction. So like if I want to buy puts, I want to wait for an opportunity when the market is moving upward, right? And when it's rallying and it's in a sense that's making a bunch of people think, oh, this is going higher. And that's when you would purchase puts, because in so doing, you're getting a discount. When you want to sell those puts, you would do the same thing. You would wait until the market is, you would wait for the market to be moving in your favor because you get a premium. Not the same thing, but the same principle. Okay, what did I say? I said it was in December? I've seen you on Redo Silver. I'm going to do Netflix, Dogecoin, Capital One, and BTBT. And I think that's probably all I'll be able to get in before October's over. I got family here in town too, so... Cool. Yeah, when we look at the one year. Oh, where's my 1 year? What the heck? That's weird. I feel like my 1 years have gotten substantially better since I did this spread. I have a much better way to do 1 years now, which is a little frustrating because it's like, man, I'm missing information and clarity that I would have if it was an updated version. But we're almost done with the year. I don't feel like bothering with it. We've got the eclipses here. I mean, that's probably what's going on with that first week of October, is my sense, is the solar eclipse is probably pulling us into it. Pretty big volume. Wow, volume's going up, guys. This is going to be a drop. That's my sense. There's a strong drop here. Look at that volume, guys. You can see during the downturns, we're not even meeting the upper end of the range on the RSI. We're just turning around. So it's very likely that could happen here. It's not definite, but it's very likely based on these cards. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Look at that volume, guys. That's gotta be, I mean, that's gotta be the, ruin card. Beginning of the ruin card, anyhow. Yeah, the Hermit means a flight to safety. The Hermit card's a flight to safety, and on a technical chart, it's a decline through a critical support level that we recently had like declined through and then come back at like above it. That's a recent kind of like updated analysis of the card, but it's a flight to safety. And you can see, I mean, we're still, like, look at that, we're still below. Aren't we still below? Man, I wish this thing was moving faster. Sorry, guys. Oh, I guess we're above it. And there's that gap up. That's a little worrisome if you're on the short side like me. But we definitely should be getting into some volatility here, guys. Right, so it was a definite skewed, which means we're on a very strong downtrend. The middle part, the actual retrograde period. So this is the pre-shadow between these two lines here, these two verticals, the 19th and the 9th, right? And then from the 9th to the 3rd, we have the actual retrograde period, and then that's followed by the post-shadow, the 3rd to the 17th, where we should see the same kind of behavior here. Wow, I wish that would stop appearing. It's really annoying me. And so we had kind of a skewed version. A lot of the time you'll see a mirror image of the pre-shadow, you'll see a mirror image of it. Not exact, but a mirror image kind of pattern during the actual retrograde, and then you get another like same pattern, not reversed, mirrored, if you will, but the same direction, like going in the same direction again. So you revisit the same pattern here, and that's pretty much really reliable. The two shadows that are retrograde. Oh, my iPad again. Jesus. Mercury retrograde just beats my equipment. Like, oh my god. So, with that said, this is a skewed version. It's not like a balanced, like a, what do you call it? I can't think of what it's called. Wow. And anyhow, and so what I mean by skewed is we start out by going down, right? And we finished by going up in the pre-shadow. We start out by going down, right? So it goes down, up, right? Or this is kind of hard. You could say that it goes up, without that down piece, because that's kind of like there's a weekend making it a little screwy. But in any case, you've got this, and then you've got that. So there's like a W, like a diagonal W going on, and you can see we have a diagonal W going on, right? It could have been more than one peak in the center, but it was one, just like a similar pattern, if you will, right? So, what we'll likely see is kind of like a this. Let me do a doodle of it. So wherever the price level is on this line, which is the 3rd, this coming Monday, wherever that price level is, we should see a pattern that's kind of like this. Oh. How about doodle lets me doodle? Okay, I'm not gonna bother trying to do it. It's just gonna frustrate me. It's like this. It's gonna be kind of like a move up and then another sharp drop. And we should see that based on the October. That's what I'm expecting, is a move up followed by a sharp drop. It's gonna be a pretty intense October, that's for sure. Yeah, I did the same thing, Robert. But the thing is like I find that during retrograde, it's like in a lot of cases, I'd rather be a little early than too late. Anyhow, I'm gonna roll, guys. Unless you have any last questions, I'm gonna grab some water. Come back if there's any questions. I'll answer them. Otherwise, I'll depart. So I guess to answer your question, it means that that there's going to be with people withdrawing from the market. It doesn't necessarily. It's not like telling you to withdraw, but in a lot of cases, when you see that, you want to be ahead of everybody, right? Yeah, do me a favor, guys. If everybody right now on the live was to share this live stream with somebody, they think it would help, that would super, super help the channel. We're still in a bit of a sticky situation. We're finding our way out of it pretty quickly based on the analytics. But in the meantime, it's still a sticky situation. So all of the financial support we could get, that's also very helpful, guys. Yeah, on the same page, Robert. All right, guys, I'm going to roll since it doesn't seem like there's any more questions. I'm going to get to the last of these October readings that I promised to get them done. They should be coming out over the next couple of days. I would not expect any Octobers to come out once October starts. I'm no longer doing that anymore. It really frustrates me. And with that said, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If you have, please share and follow that rule of karma. You know, as long as you spend that money on things out of love, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions. See you guys later, my friends.